Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Muskan Ilahi Teaches. So today we will be discussing the more concepts related to sets. But before that, I would like to request you all that kindly like and subscribe my video and my channel and promote it so that it will motivate me to make more videos for you, and it will also benefit other students as well. So let's start today's video. Today we will learn different concept. As I told you earlier, we have to learn the operations of set that are very much important. So the first kind of set is equivalent set. Equivalent set, we have in the previous video I have discussed this thing, that equivalent is the set that has the same number of elements. If the sets that have the same number of elements, then we will call them equivalent set. Here it is written that the sets that can be paired in a one-to-one correspondence are called equivalent set. For example, A is equal to 1, 2, 3 and B is equal to 7, 14, 21. So here the number of sets, or the elements of set, if we talk about, they are of same number. Set A has 3 elements, set B also contains 3 elements. So we can do one-to-one correspondence, means one element here, one element here, second element, third element. So this is called as one-to-one correspondence, and we call these set as equivalent sets. Non-equivalent set, if the sets do not have equal number of elements, then we will call them as non-equivalent set, right? So let's move towards the operations of set that are the most important ones, and in the exercise after this, when we will be doing these concepts, will help you to do the exercise by yourself. If you will understand these concepts, then you will be able to do the exercise by your own. So focus on these concepts and try to understand them as much as possible, so that you will be easily going to do that. So the first operation of set that is very common and very important one is union of set. Union of set, a set containing all the elements of set A and B is called the union of set A and set B. I'll explain to you with the help of an example. Suppose set A, I will talk the previous example. Suppose that set A contains the element 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and set B contains the element as 2, 3, 6, 7 and 8. So, and if the question says that make out the union of A union B. So what I will do, I will combine the members of set A and set B both. How I will combine them? I will write it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't need to write the elements again and again. I don't need to repeat them. In short, I will just write once, and then I'll make sure that all the elements of set A and B are expressed in this common set. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Now this is known as union of set. So I have make out the union of A union B, and here in the example as well it is mentioned that set A if contains 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 element and B contains 0, 3, 6, 9 element, then when I will make out the union of A union B, so my answer will be 0, 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 9. Means that we will arrange the numbers, or mostly whenever we are doing the unions, we are arranging the numbers as ascending order, or in their ascending order, so that it is more appropriate and it is more understandable. Now when we talk about the intersection of sets, so a set containing the common elements of A and B is called the intersection set of set A and B. When we talk about the intersection, in intersection we are focusing on the common elements that the two sets are containing. Let's suppose in set A the members of the set are 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and if set B contains the element as of 3, 5, 6, 7. So in this case, when we will be taking the intersection of A intersection B, our answer will be, what are the common elements? First of all, you answer me in your mind that what are the common elements in two sentences here, in the two sets that I have written for you. They are 3 and 5. So 3 and 5 are the common elements that are expressed in the sets that are given to you. So it means that this is the intersection. A intersection B is equal to 3, 5. Alright, so remember that. Kindly remember these two important points when we are talking about union. In union we are combining the two sets that are given to you, but when we are talking about intersection, so in intersection we are finding or we are writing the common elements that are of the two or different sets that are given to you. Now let's move towards the difference of sets. So a difference means in mathematics you are so much familiar, you all may be so much familiar with the name difference. So in difference in difference of sets, what we do is we are actually subtracting one set from the other. Alright, a set of the elements of set A which are not included in the set B. This also can be the statement for the difference of sets. Suppose that set A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and set B contains so if I subtract set B from A, like if I'm saying that difference of set, so it will be in the form of this. This symbol indicate the difference of set. I should write it also over here. So here A minus B, what we'll write it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minus 3, 4, 5. So here when I will subtract it from A to B, so what will my answer? It will be 1 and 2 only. Why? Because 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. Okay, they are subtracted from the set B, and now what's remaining in set A? 1 and 2. So I will write the remaining elements of set A. Got the idea? Or if you have any confusion or anything that you want to ask, then I have already mentioned it in my previous video that don't hesitate to ask from me. I'll answer your questions in the comment section. If you have any, then approach me there. Complement of a set. If a set A is a subset of a given universal set, then the set of element not in A is called its complement. Complement of a set is also very easy. It's similar to that of difference of set, but in here what it is written in the question is A complement or B complement or C complement. So what does these complements mean? These complements mean that we have to subtract the set A from the universal set. Without any confusion, we are going to subtract this set from the universal set. So we will be doing these things in the case of complements. We will subtract directly the set that has the complement from the universal set. But if in the case of difference of set, it will be given in the form of A dash B, or we will understood that A dash B means that A minus B. But we have to do the same thing. The idea is so much same and so much similar to that we have discussed earlier. Now let's move towards the Venn diagram. Venn diagram are the diagrams that if they make us so much easier that we are able to represent the set in the form of a diagram. The sets that can be represented in the form of a diagram, they are known as basically Venn diagrams. If we are representing the sets in the form of diagrams, so that diagram is known as a Venn diagram. Alright, it is known as a Venn diagram. And let's move towards another thing, that is universal set is equal to represented by rectangle. Universal set, if there is a universal set that we want to represent, so the universal set will be represented in the form of a rectangle, and the other set, for example set A, set B, other sets, they will be represented in the form of a circle. And the circles will be inside the rectangle. It depends on how many sets are mentioned in the question, but those sets that are mentioned in the question and what are the situation, that things will be under the rectangle or inside the rectangle. They will not be outside the rectangle in any case, because you know that universal sets are always the sets that have the that have all the members in the other sets, A, B, C, or whatever the sets are. So they contains all of the sets, elements of the set that are under consideration. So you don't need to put the circles outside the rectangle, you have to put them inside the rectangle. For example, universal set is of all the animals, and the set A has all loins. So in animals, loins come. So universal set is all the elements that we have represented with the rectangle sign, and then we will put a circle, we'll draw a circle inside the rectangle, and we'll mention set A, and we'll write all lines inside the circle. Alright, so now let's move towards the properties of sets. Properties of sets, when we say that, so there are four. There are so many, but at your level there are four. One is commutative property of union of sets. So it means commutative property always suggests the idea that when there are two sets, and if we are taking union of the two sets, suppose A union B I am finding out, so in the reciprocal way, if I will find out the union for C union A, the answer will be same. A union B is equal to C union C. This idea suggests that this property of the set suggests to us that if I will take A union B, the answer will be equal to C union A. No matter if I say that A union C or C union A, the answer will be same. So this is commutative property and of union of set, because I am applying the property, the property, basically the operation of union. That's why it is A union B is equal to C union A. Now the second property of set is commutative property of intersection of sets. Commutative property of intersection of sets means that we have the same property, alright, reciprocal property, but here we'll use the sign of intersection. A intersection C is equal to C intersection A, right? So it means that in this case we are using the signs of intersection, and the idea is same, that either I choose to do A intersection C, the answer will be same for C intersection A. The third property is associative property of union of sets. Associative property of union of set means that A union B brackets union C is equal to A union B union C. So this is how we represent associative property, but here it is of union of sets, so we have written the symbol of union. Associative property of intersection of set, in this we will find out the intersection for A intersection B, and then we will use the answer of A intersection B to find out A intersection B intersection C, and that answer will be equal to A intersection then B intersection C, right? So this is the whole idea. I hope that all the things were understandable to you. If you haven't subscribed my channel till now, you should subscribe my channel, because I have put in a lot of efforts, and these efforts are solely for you people. So kindly support me and like my channel and my video. Now I guess it's time to do exercise 1 of the chapter. As far as we have learned the important concepts of the set, you are able to understand what are set and how do we understand that this set is of which nature. We have already understood this thing. Now we have so far we have also learned about the properties of sets. Now it's time to do the exercise. You people, I hope so that if you have understood the concepts properly, then you will find this exercise so easier. Now the first question is fill in the blanks. So if A is equal to ATE, if set A contains these things, ATE means 3 different objects, and objects means elements. So a number of A, this means that they are asking you the number of elements. So it's very easy, the number of elements are 3. If B is equal to letters in the word banana, And number of B is equal to means number of elements. I told you it before that this thing means that they are asking you the number of elements. So the number of elements in the word banana are 3. We will not repeat them, we will just write it 3 because B-A-N, basically these 3 words are used, so letters are used, so we will write this 3. If C is equal to what is this form? First of all, tell me without going to the fill in the blank, that is actually, but I want to ask you that after seeing this symbol, I told you in the first minute of the video that this symbol indicates that this is the form of set builder notation of a set. ठीक है, so this is a set builder notation, and set इन्होंने कहा x dot x is a counting number that is less than 10. So means that they want us to write a set that has the element, but the element of the set must be the values less than 10. So means that they are asking about the first 9 elements, first 9 natural numbers. If D is equal to x dot x is a letter in the word sleeves, so number of D is equal to 4 because sleeves contain 4 letters of the English alphabet, so we will write the elements as 4 only. If E is equal to x dot x is an odd number divisible by 2, so number of element in 2, because no odd number is going to be ever divide by 2, so number of elements is equal to 0 in this case. Straight true or false? 0 is a null set. It is not a null set because it has one element. Still it has one element. 0 is an element although, so 0 is an element, so it is not null set. It is not a null set at all. It has one element, so we will declare this statement as false. Equivalent set contain the same number of element. Yes, same number of elements are there in the case of equivalent sets, right? Now let's move towards the cardinality of the set of positive integer is infinity. It's true because cardinality means that the number of elements, and if we are talking about positive integers from 1, 2, 3, so we will not be able to count the elements or to count the number of positive integers because the numbers or the elements are not understood to us, so it means that it is infinity and it's true. If A intersection B is a null set, then A and B do not have common members. If A intersection B is a null set, अगर ऐसा है कि A intersection B is a null set, it means that A and B do not have the common elements, and it's very true. The difference between two sets is equal to their intersection set. Difference is something else and intersection is something else. In intersection we are finding out the common elements, and in the case of difference we are finding out the elements in the set that is differentiated by how many elements are left after we cut the same elements in the two sets. So these two things are different and the answer can never be same for the two operations. So this is the whole idea. Now let's move toward, I guess we should move towards the other questions of the exercise. The question number 3 of the exercise states that we have to find out a union of set if A is equal to 2, 4, 6, 8 and B is equal to 1, 3, 5, 7. Then find A union B. This question is very easy. You have to find out A union B, and I have already told you how you can find out A union B. It's like A union B is equal to, what's the value of set A? It is 2, 4, 6, 8, and union, then what is the value of B? 1, 3, 5, 7. So in this case, when I will be finding out the value or the set for A union B, it will be first of all 1. As I told you, we'll always start from ascending order. In the ascending order, so 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, 6, 7 and 8. And now I have made a set in which the members of the elements are all the members of the element are represented in the union set, and it's true. So I have made my answer, and now let's move toward the fourth question, that is A is equal to 368, B is a null set, find A union B. So when we are finding out the null set, it means that the set A will be considered as the answer for A union B, because set B don't have any element at all. So when I will be compiling the answer, it will be the same as the set A. Here also you have to find, in question number 5, you have to find R intersection T. What is the value of R? It's 1 2 3 4 5 6. And what's the value of T? It's 1 3 5 7. I have to take intersection. It means I have to find out the same elements in both the sets. They are 1 3 and 5. All right, so the answer is for R intersection T is 1 3 5. In this case also, I guess these things I don't need to repeat them all of the time. You can calculate S intersection R, T intersection S also. And if I talk about question number 6, so in this question also, the questions are repeated as I have discussed all the question: A union B, B union C, C union D, A intersection B, B intersection C, C intersection D. If you have any query in the questions, then I will be uploading the notes of mine that I have made myself. I will be uploading them, so you can see the description below and download the notes from there, and it will be more easier for you to calculate and to see the proper steps. And also, if you have any query in the questions that I'm not doing over here, then you can check that from that. And if you have other than that you are not able to understand, then kindly message me and comment me in the comment section. I will be replying to your queries. A union B, again I am putting out the values of what's the set A, what's the set B, and now union. I will put out the sign of union, and then I will calculate A union B by compiling the values of the two sets, or the elements of the two sets. Now let's move towards this A complement. I told you this concept also, but I guess it's better to idea will be more clearer to you. I am solving question number 6 part 7 over here for you. A complement is equal to, what does this complement mean? I have told you before, it means that you have to minus the universal set from A. You have to minus A from the universal set actually. So what's the universal set, or what's the value of universal set? It's 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 minus what's the value of A? It's 0 1 2 3. All right, so if I will be minusing, or I will be subtracting A from union set, from the universal set, what will be my answer? Let's check out. 0 0 1 1 2 2 3 3. What's the answer now? 4 5 6 7 8. So A complement is equal to 4 5 6 7 8. I only have to put the values or the remaining values of the universal set that are remained after subtracting the set A from the universal set. I don't need to place the values. If there is something that's remaining in set, I don't need to put that value. I just have to put the remaining elements of universal set, or the set whatever that's given in your question, right? So your answer is the elements of the remaining elements of universal set. Now C dash D, what does this mean? I have also told you this before. It means C minus D. You have to subtract D from set C. What is the value of set C? I have to first check out that. It's 5 6 7 8. And what's the value of D? It's 2 4 6 8. Now I have to subtract D from C. So let's check that what are the elements that are common. It's only 6, I guess. There's nothing else that is common. So what's the remaining elements of set C? It's 5 7 8. I just need to write those elements and nothing else at all. Oh, sorry. I forgot that 8 was also common. So 8 will not be included, and the answer will be 5 7. All right, let's do another example, that is B dash A. It means that I have to subtract A from B, And what's the set B? It's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And what's the value of set A? It's 0, 1, 2 and 3. Now I have to check it, is there any element that is common in set A and B both. So let's check. It's 2 that is common, it's 3 that is common. So what is the what are the elements that are left in set B? It's 4, 5, 6. So this is my answer. Alright, so I hope that it was easier for you. So these all questions I'm not doing, but I will do for you question number 9, 10, 11 and 12 that are the most important, and also students find them difficult.